In September 1962, under the blistering Texas sun at Rice University, President John F. Kennedy spoke words that would echo through generations. "We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard." That single line didn't just mark the beginning of the space race. It became the symbol of America's spirit, a refusal to accept limits, and the courage to chase the impossible. More than 6 decades later, the name John F. Kennedy is once again engraved on a vessel that embodies that same audacity. But this time, it doesn't soar through space. It sails through the oceans. Meet the USS John F. Kennedy, CVN-79, the second of the United States Navy's revolutionary Ford-class nuclear supercarriers. At a cost of nearly $13 billion, she isn't just a warship. She's a statement that America still intends to rule the seas of the 21st century. But beyond her vast size and cutting-edge systems lies a deeper question. Could the Kennedy be the first aircraft carrier capable of launching the 6th-generation fighter jet, the most advanced combat aircraft ever conceived? The legacy of the carrier. For over 100 years, the aircraft carrier has defined naval warfare. The moment Japan launched the Hosho in 1922, the era of battleships began to fade. World War II confirmed the shift. When 4 Japanese carriers sank at Midway, the ocean's balance of power turned permanently toward aviation at sea. From that day, America's carriers became floating symbols of deterrence and dominance. During the Cold War, they stood ready in every crisis: Vietnam, Korea, the Persian Gulf. Always the first to arrive, and often the last to leave. Whenever conflict threatened, one question echoed in Pentagon halls and foreign capitals alike: where is the nearest U.S. carrier? Their dominance, however, came from one thing above all: adaptation. Each new class of carrier was designed around the aircraft it launched. The propeller-driven Wildcats of the 1940s gave way to the supersonic Phantoms of the 1960s. By the 1980s, the Nimitz-class carriers were optimized for the F-14 Tomcat, and later, the F/A-18 Hornet. Massive, nuclear-powered, and built to project power anywhere on Earth. But time never stands still. The Ford-class revolution. When the 21st century began, even the mighty Nimitz began to show its limits. With nearly 5,000 crew, steam-powered catapults, and enormous maintenance demands, costs soared while flexibility lagged. The Navy realized it needed something entirely new, not just a larger ship, but a smarter one. Enter the Gerald R. Ford class, a leap, not a step. The first ship, USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, launched in 2013, introduced technologies that had never existed on any carrier before: EMALS, the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, replacing steam with magnetic power for smoother, faster launches. AAG, the Advanced Arresting Gear, allowing safer, more flexible aircraft recoveries. Dual-band radar, merging powerful sensors into a single unified system. A 1B nuclear reactors, producing 25% more power while using less space. And advanced automation, cutting the crew by nearly 600 sailors. The result wasn't just a new carrier, it was a new category of warship. One designed to sustain higher sortie rates, lower operating costs, and accommodate the unmanned and 6th-generation aircraft of the future. The Kennedy, precision over size. The USS John F. Kennedy CVN-79 builds on that foundation. Similar in dimensions to the Ford, about 1,100 feet long, 100,000 tons full load, the Kennedy's true innovation lies not in its size, but in how every inch of it has been optimized for efficiency and combat rhythm. Its flight deck is a symphony of motion, aircraft launched and recovered in seamless cycles. Weapons elevators delivering munitions at unprecedented speed, refueling and rearming systems integrated for non-stop operations. If the Ford represented a revolution in design, the Kennedy represents refinement through experience. Every problem encountered on the first ship was studied, re-engineered, and improved. The EMALS system was strengthened and fine-tuned for reliability. The AAG was redesigned for a wider range of aircraft, from heavy strike fighters to lightweight drones. The troublesome advanced weapons elevators were rebuilt with stronger frames and new software integration, ensuring all 11 function at full speed. And instead of the costly dual-band radar, the Kennedy introduces the Enterprise Air Surveillance Radar, EASR, modular, scalable, and far easier to maintain, yet still powerful enough to track hundreds of targets across land, air, and sea. Together, these refinements make the Kennedy not only more capable, but more sustainable, an essential trait in modern warfare, where readiness matters more than raw mass. Power at the core. At the heart of the USS John F. Kennedy are twin A-1B nuclear reactors, nearly 700 megawatts of power, driving her beyond 30 knots and fueling the technologies of tomorrow. More than propulsion, this energy is the lifeblood of directed energy weapons, electromagnetic launchers, and high-power sensors. Clean, enduring, and efficient, the Kennedy's reactors will run for 25 years without refueling, making her a warship built for a century defined by electricity. The air wing of the future Kennedy's strength lies in her air wing, about 90 aircraft, led by the F-35C, Lightning II, Super Hornet, Growler, and E-2D Hawkeye. Supporting them are Seahawks, Ospreys, and the revolutionary MQ-25 Stingray, extending her strike range deep into contested skies. Ready for the FAXX and autonomous systems on the horizon, her EMALS and AAG can launch and recover almost anything that flies. Defending the Titan from evolved Sea Sparrow and Ram missiles to Phalanx CIWS guns, Kennedy is ringed with layered defenses and soon lasers. Her immense power reserves make directed energy protection a reality, turning her into a fortress that can evolve with the threats of the future. Sailing into the new era. In a world of hypersonics, drone swarms, and data-driven warfare, the Kennedy is not just a ship. She's the nerve center of a vast, intelligent fleet, a symbol of distributed power and technological mastery. She stands ready to command the seas in an age of uncertainty. The meaning of the Kennedy. When she joins the fleet, the John F. Kennedy will carry more than aircraft. She'll carry a legacy. Like the president whose name she bears, she embodies ambition, courage, and the will to lead. Because America still chooses to do the hard things and to lead where others follow.